Hi, I'm going to show you how to run pandas on the COSMOS HPC cluster as part of this course using Python in an HPC environment taught by these centers. So it will be mostly about HPC. That means I will show you how to get it running on HPC, but I won't go into much detail how to use it. I will tell you, however, why pandas is important, and you're going to run some code that uses panda. But we're mostly going to practice using the documentation of your HPC cluster, take a look how Cosmos is documented. And we're going to do a bit of reading a comma separated file using pandas, because that is still a bit HPC Linux-y. But besides that, you can do this on any normal computer, so you don't need me for that. I won't discuss it. Good. What is pandas? Well, from the pandas homepage, it says pandas is an open source data analysis and manipulation tool. Sure, there's a lot more they say, but this is the core of it. It's a data and manipulation tool. What does it allow you to do? For let's say we have this data. This is a table. This can be an Excel table. It can be a comma separated file. It looks like this. And this is sometimes a reasonable format to have it. We see that there's countries in the rows. Every column has a number. Maybe we guess these are years. We don't know for sure, but it could be. And then these are values, what a country had at that year. We don't know what these values mean. This data, this is so-called wide data or messy data. Well, wide data is a bit the nicer word here. It's a very compact way of data, but this is not nice to work with when you want to plot data. Instead, you want to transform your data to something like this. So this is exactly the same table, but this is so-called tidy data that has one observation per row. And now we see that these numbers indeed were the years, and the other numbers were democracy levels. Right? So with tidy data, you can see what it's about, or better know what it's about. Whereas in wide data, you need to read the caption of the table to know what it's about. Getting this data from messy data to tidy data, or from wide data to long data, you can use pandas. With pandas, you read that table from a file, and here you convert it. It's called melting the table on the country. That is how you more or less say it, and that's what Panda allows you to do. It allows you to do a data transformation here. And pandas can do many other things, not only that. So we've just done reshaping data. There's a figure here with all the reshapes of data, but let's just take a quick look at the pandas cheat sheet here. That will see how much things it can do here. We have tidy data, the definition of what it is, how you create data frames, reshaping data. You can subset your observation by row, by column, by both. You can query for things. You can group and summarize data. You can handle missing data, make new columns. There's some plotting involved there. You can also do some string up input, output. It has a lot of things when working with data. Right. But we go back to HPC. We're going to get this thing running on Cosmos. So why pandas is important? Well, it is a popular Python package that allows you to work with data. And not only it gives you the functions to do so, it gives you the vocabulary to talk about this. Like the words melt and pivot, they are also used in other programming languages, and others will know what to do. Especially pivot is well known in R. So the vocabulary is there too. Let's take a look at the exercises. So we're going to do two exercises. One is minimal code. Two is a bit of reading a comma separated file. Let's take a look. Exercise 1, minimal code. Use the documentation of the HPC cluster you work on. So I'm going to put this window at the left here. I'm going to create a new window. And we're going to look for Cosmos user documentation Lunark. There, something like this. Let's see where we get. And here we have it. Welcome to the Lunark documentation. We did it. In that documentation, find the software module to load the package, which is pandas. Let's search for the word pandas. It's not documented. Good. So this means we are not going to use the LUNARC documentation. Instead, we're going to follow my answers. Next, in a terminal on your HPC cluster, load the software module to use pandas. Well, so now it's time to go to our friend LUNARC. Where do I have it? Oh, to our friend COSMOS. We need to load the software module to load pandas. So sure, we can do module spider pandas and maybe find it. I will just copy paste the answer here. It's even there. It's just a regular module. Let's take a look. Is that in my answers? Cosmos. And this is a very complex answer. What if I just... So this means probably my answer was correct. I'm going to copy paste this. I'm going to run it like that. And now I should have loaded pandas. You see the word pandas is not in it. It's either in the SciPy bundle or in Matplotlib. We'll find out. Next part. On your HPC cluster, create a script called pandas access1 with the following code. Good. To create a file, we're going to use Nano. It's a simple text editor. I'm going to copy paste the file name with Ctrl-Shift-V. You paste to a terminal. I'm going to copy paste the text. Clicking here, right mouse button, paste. I do Ctrl-O to save the file. I press enter to accept the file I wanted it to be called. And then I press Ctrl-X. Next, run the script. So running the script, that's starting the Python interpreter and then give it a file name. You saw me use autocomplete. If I press tab after the P already, it will autocomplete because there are no files here. Good. There was only one file that started with the P, which was this exercise file. And when I run it, I see these numbers, which is the version of Python of pandas. And that's the question. We can read this from the code. Import pandas, print the pandas version. Then, even though the code shows nothing directly useful, why is this a useful exercise? Anyways, this is a useful exercise because if this works, pandas may work. If this does not work, you're pretty sure pandas will not work. And there's very little room for typos and errors here. If this does not work, you cannot do anything fancy with pandas. Now it will probably work. Good. Next exercise. So we're going to read and save a comma separated file. Well, we'll only be reading it. I'll show you how to do it. In this exercise, we will first read the diamonds dataset, which is a dataset about diamonds. Download this file to the same folder as you are running your Python code. So to download stuff, you use wget, webget, download stuff from the internet. And then as an argument, you have to say what you want to download. So I know that this is the data set. Here, if I click it, I see a download. I can also do right mouse button, copy link address. This is the location where the data set is. I'm going to paste this location and press enter. And there I have downloaded the data set. I'm going to take a look at the list of files if it's there. Yes, it's here. I want to take a look at the first 10 lines of this file to make sure it's really the correct file. And for that you use the word head. So with head you see the top lines of a file, and we see that there's the first line is the column names, caret, cut, color, clarity, depth, whatever this all is. And here we see the weight of the first diamond in caret, the cut of the first diamond in some kind of classification, and so on and so on. Good, so this is how we have seen this files called diamond. Diamonds.csv. Alright, we need to create a script. Let's do that. So I'm going to go up to get back to my earlier commands and then replace the 1 by a 2. I'm going to copy paste the text. I'm going to use Control Shift V this time. I use Control O. Press Enter to accept the name I suggested. Press Control X to exit. And now we're going to run this script, which is simply Python with the name of the file. There. And now we see that it shows this data in a nicer formatted way. We see it shows the first 5 rows and the last 5 rows with an indicator that there's more in between. It shows the first and second column, then an indicator there's more, and the last 2 columns. And it shows the index of the rows. So it's the indices start at 0. Depends on which programming language. In Python it's a 0. And until the bottom. Good. This is all I wanted to see you. Especially I wanted to show you the word head and wget, because that is maybe unfamiliar to you. With that, I have just showed you how to run pandas on Cosmos. And with that, I wish you a very good day. Bye.